If I woke up and I had no money tomorrow, this is exactly what I would do to get back to financial freedom, okay? I've done this before, so you can just model this, you can save this video, just copy it exactly the way that I did it, right? So I got into a situation where I was trying to leave my full-time job. And basically I used my savings to try and build a business, but unfortunately I ran out of money after a few years, so I had to look for a new job, and I had like 100, 200 bucks, just a few $100 left, okay, almost nothing. So here's exactly what I did, and I got back to multiple five figures, right? So obviously I went out and I found a job, okay, and that's really the foundation, okay? You can't build wealth without first having a job. But here's the thing, we want to get out of that job ASAP. The goal is not to stay in the job forever. A lot of people want to do that. They want to build their careers, and I thought that was the way as well. But you want to get out of your job as quick as possible, okay? So I got that new job, and I kept going to it. I kept my head down. I worked very hard. I saved a lot of money. I spent very little money. And after a few months, I saved up a little pot of capital, right? Now, here's the trick, okay? I then took that capital, and instead of buying like stupid stuff that I don't need, like branded goods and all that kind of stuff, I invested it into my skill set on learning how to leave my job, okay? Now, there's a few ways that you can do that. You can obviously build a business, you can market online, you can become a copywriter, you can learn coding, right? You can build websites. There's a lot of different types of skills that you can learn, but the skill for me that changed everything was learning to market on the internet, learning to sell products specifically, okay? And what I sold digital products. Now, I tried a lot of things. I've sold physical stuff, I've sold digital stuff, I've sold, my own stuff, I've sold other people's stuff, right? And so the thing that works the best is selling other people's digital products, digital courses, digital software, right? So things like a meditation course or a weight loss course or a trading course, right? You sell somebody else's product, you grab a link, you promote it on social media, someone buys from you, you make a commission, okay? So what I did was every day that I would come back from that new job, I would just focus on my business. 1 hour, 2 hours, go to my job, come back, focus on my business. Go to my job, come back, focus on my business. Go to my job, come back, focus on my business. So obviously it takes effort, it takes, work, it takes a bit of sacrifice, right? I had to sacrifice. I couldn't go for every drinking party with my friends. I couldn't hang out with, certain people all the time. I still did, but a little bit less, because I had a goal, I had a dream, and I wanted to achieve it. Now, what happened was, slowly over time, I got better and better, right? I started learning these skills, I started selling product online, all the while still working in that new full-time job. But then as my sales started to increase and I got better and better, eventually I started making more than my monthly salary, okay? Now, I didn't quit straight away. I stayed in that job for a little while, and then eventually I was like, okay, I think now it's time to go, and I finally quit that job. And that's how I went from literally almost nothing to multiple five figures a month. Now, I have retired my mum, I've bought my dream home.